Welcome to Awake and Activate. This is mind exercise number 3. Words. We're going to start with words along with the definitions, showing that words have multiple definitions, leading out of the conundrum of word play and into the actual use of the words and where the power in each word actually comes from. So let's continue on. Mind exercise 3, wordplay. Let's start this mind exercise 3, wordplay, with the word control. As a verb, number 1, to exercise restraint or direction over, dominate, command. Number 2, to hold in check or curb. As a noun, number 6, the act or power of controlling, regulating, domination, or command. Number 7, the situation of being under the regulations, the domination or command of another. Number 8, check or restraint. Let's go to the next one. Oppress. Oppress as a verb. Number 1, to burden with cruel or unjust impositions or restraints, subject to a burdensome or harsh exercise of authority or power. Number 2, to lie heavily upon, in brackets, the mind, comma, a person, comma, etc., in bracket. Number 3, to weigh down, as sleep or weariness does. Number 4, archaic, to put down, subdue, or suppress. Number 5, archaic, to press upon or against, crush. Okay, from there, let's go to domination. All right, domination. Number 1, as a noun, an act or insistence of dominating. Number 2, rule or sway, control, often arbitrary. Number 3, denominations. This goes into theology, one of the 9 orders of the celestial attendants of God. Okay. I don't know how that ended up in domination, but they listed it as dominations. That's okay. Let's move on to govern. All right, govern is as a verb, to rule over by right of authority. Number 2, to exercise a directing or restraining influence over, guide. Number 3, to hold in check, control. Number 4, to serve as or constitute law for. Now, as a verb, number 7, to exercise the function of government. Number 8, to have predominating influence. That's govern. Okay, and now we're going to go into depress. All right, depress is a verb. Number 1, to make sad or gloomy, lower in spirits, deject or dispirit. Number 2, to lower in force, vigor, activity, etc., weaken, make dull. Number 3, to lower in amount or value. Number 4, to put into a lower position. Number 5, to press down. Number 6, music, to lower in pitch. Okay, that is depress. Now let's go into force. Force, noun. Number 1, physical power or strength possessed by a living being. Number 2, strength or power exerted upon an object, physical coercion, or violence. Number 3, strength, energy, power, and intensity. As a verb, 18, to compel, constrain, or oblige to do something. Number 19, to drive or propel against resistance. All right, now let's go to threaten. Threaten as a verb, to utter a threat against, menace. Number 2, to be a menace or source of danger to. Number 3, to offer, in bracket, a punishment, injury, etc., in bracket, by way of threat. Number 4, to give an ominous indication of. Used as a verb. Number 5, the utter of the use threats, or to utter or use threats, Number 6, to indicate impending evil or mischief. Now, let's go from threaten to threat. Okay, threat is a noun. Number 1, a declaration of an intention or determination to inflict punishment, injury, etc., in retaliation for or conditionally upon some action or course of menace. Number 2, an indication or warning of probable trouble. Number 3, a person or thing that threatens. As a verb, it's archaic, to threaten. All right, now let's go into malice. Malice as a noun, desire to inflict injury, harm, or suffering on another, either because of hostile impulse or out of deep-seated meanness. Number 2, law, evil intent on the part of a person who commits a wrongful act, injurious to others. So they have no regard. We got malice intent, so you just put it out there. Okay, now let's start looking on the other side of things here. Identity. Is number 1, noun. Okay, the state or fact of remaining the same one or ones as under varying aspects or conditions. Number 2, the condition of being oneself or itself, and not another. Number 3, condition or character as to a person, that is, a person or what a thing is. The qualities, beliefs, etc. that distinguish or identify a person or thing. Number 4, the state or fact of being the same one as described. Number 5, the sense of self, providing sameness and continuity and personality over time. Sometimes, though, disturbed in mental illness, you can have such things as schizophrenia. Number 6, exact likeness in nature or qualities. Next one we're going to look at is regard. Cuddles, be good, girl. You guys know how my palm is. Every time I record, she wants to get in on the action. To regard as a verb. Number 1, to look upon or think with a particular feeling. Number 2, to have or show respect or concern for. As a verb, to pay attention. Number 9, as a verb again, to look or gaze. As a noun, 10, reference and relation. Number 11, an aspect, point, or a particular. Okay. From regard, we're going to go to special. And 1, special is as an adjective. Number 1, of a distinct or particular kind or character. Number 2, being a particular one, particular individual or certain. Number 3, pertaining or particular to a particular person, thing, instance, etc. Distinctive, unique. Number 4, having specific or peculiar functions, purpose, etc. As a noun. Number 9, a special person or thing. Number 10, a train used for a particular purpose, occasion, or the like. Okay, from special, let's go on and move to love. Love, number 1, a profoundly tender, passionate affection for another person. Number 2, a feeling of warmth, personal attachment, or deep affection as for a parent, child, or friend. Number 3, sexual passion or desire. As a verb, number 15, to have love or affection for. Number 16, to have a profoundly tender, passionate affection for another person. As a verb, number 21 is to have love or affection for another person or be in love. Okay, let's go from love to uplifting. Uplifting is an adjective, and number 1, inspirational, offering or providing hope, encouragement, salvation, etc. Uplifting one another. Okay, from uplifting, let's go into unique. Unique. As an adjective, number 1, existing as the one or as the sole example, single, solarity in type or characteristics. Number 2, having no like or equal, unparalleled, incomparable. Number 3, limited in occurrence to a given class, situation, or area. Number 4, limited to single outcome or result without alternative possibilities. Number 5, not typical but unusual. As a noun, number 6, the embodiment of unique characteristics, the only specimen of any given kind. Awesome. From there, let's go to freedom. Freedom as a noun, number 1, the state of being free or at liberty rather than in confinement or under physical restraint. Number 2, exemption from external control, interference, regulations, etc. Number 3, the power to determine action without restraint. Number 4, political or national independence. Number 5, personal liberty as opposed to bondage or slavery. Number 6, exemption from the presence of anything specified. Freedom. Now from freedom, let's go into sovereign. All right, sovereign. Noun, number 1, a monarch, a king, queen, or other supreme ruler. Number 2, a person who has supreme power or authority. As an adjective. Number 5, belonging to or characteristics of a sovereign or sovereign authority, royal. Number 6, having supreme rank, power, or authority. Number 7, supreme, preeminent, and indisputable. Number 8, greatest in degree, utmost, or extreme. From there, let's go to beautiful. Beautiful. Adjective, number 1, having beauty, possessing quality that gives great pleasure or satisfaction to see, hear, or think about, delighting in senses or mind. Number 2, excellent of its kind. Number 4, this is a noun, the concept of beauty, in bracket, usually preceded by the, end bracket. Okay, number 5, beautiful things or people collectively. In this mind exercise, going through the etymology and definitions of words, starting from a lower realm, raising up to a higher realm, starting with false you, coming to real you, your true identity, the truth within you. Lots of people will try to use word play, or some would call word salad, to sound intelligent, bombard you with words to oppress or subject. But now, with this mind exercise, you are all the more wiser to your uniqueness, to your sovereignty, stepping that much closer to your freedom. After all, there's no law over those who are truly free. The reason there's no law, there's no need. There's no need for law with those who have reached and attained true sovereignty and freedom, king or queen of their household, and also knowing that, my goodness gracious, we're surrounded by unique expressions, beautiful divine beings with the essence, the uniqueness that we express. If we were all the same, that would be word salad. That would be what we all come out as a conformed or retrained or compromised identity. Here in these mind exercises, we're getting down to our uniqueness, our beauty within. It's our uniqueness that makes us beautiful. There is no one, not one other, exactly like you. Mind exercise 3. Wordplay.